Welcome to 5 at 5, yet another 5 at 5 following an Arsenal victory. I want you all to do me a favour. If your team is top of the league, like this video. Click that like right now and let's get into my 5 at 5. Number 1, Tierney coming in for Zinchenko. Now, had I known that was going to happen the day before the game, I probably would have been sitting there thinking to myself, is Mikel Arteta going to change Arsenal's tactical setup in this game because of the difference in style of play between Kieran Tierney and Alexander Zinchenko? Now, what I was surprised about was that when I watched the first half, and clearly in the second half we had substitutions and the team shape changed a little bit, Tierney came off. But whilst it was Arteta's first choice lineup based on the players that were available to him, he didn't seem to change the tactical setup at all, and that quite surprised me. Zinchenko is a lot more technical, in my opinion, than Kieran Tierney, and he plays that role where he comes in as an extra midfielder a lot better than what I saw from Kieran Tierney yesterday. So I guess my question to you guys is, were you surprised that Arteta was rigid in that style of play and didn't really change the setup to accommodate Tierney and Tierney's strengths? Because he had to sort of try and come inside, and because of the fact Martinelli's playing in front of him, Martinelli's not the easiest player to overlap, and also he didn't really have that freedom to overlap because he had to come inside. Now, I think Zinchenko plays that role really, really well, but I think Kieran Tierney's strength lie in getting forward and being somewhat of an attacking outlet for the team. What did you make of it? Do you think Kieran Tierney can play that role in future? Clearly, it's only one game. We can't judge it too quickly, and Kieran Tierney will need some time to adapt to that if that's what he's going to be asked to do. But I'm just not sure Kieran Tierney is the right guy for that role. Number 2, the narrative of this season is about redemption. And I'll give you a few small examples before I get onto the bigger story of how it needs to be a redemption season. And the first example is Martin Odegaard. Against Palace, he had a chance, inexplicably didn't choose to shoot and passed it. Got a little bit of stick, but what he has done in the next 2 games, against Bournemouth, against Fulham, scored 3 goals, he's properly proved to people. Actually, do you know what? A lot of you were a bit too quick to judge. All of that Ozil gene, scared to shoot sort of stuff, way too quick to judge. He's proved he can pull the trigger. He's not scared to do that, and he can have those goal contributions that we're all craving from him. The other example, Saliba, own goal against Leicester in the 53rd minute. Next game in the 54th minute, scores a brilliant goal against Bournemouth. Now, the fans' reaction with Odegaard, with Saliba, was brilliant. And even Gabriel yesterday against Fulham scores a goal half an hour after a massive error that gifted Mitrovic an opportunity to score Fulham's first goal. Again, redemption. Now, this isn't all by chance. I feel like this season, when you're at these games, even on the TV, you can probably sense it, that the fans are fully behind these players. And when your fans are that supportive of you, I feel like it helps the players not kind of suffer too much when the moments don't go their way. It allows them to kind of feel supported and to go and redeem themselves like they have been doing. And even when you look at the goals that we've conceded this season, there have been 3 goals that we've conceded. The cumulative total of the number of minutes that we have spent after conceding a goal until we've scored is only 11 minutes. That's how quickly we are hitting back every time we concede. And that's because when we do concede, there's a kind of frustration in the stadium. That lasts about 3 seconds, and then the fans are singing again. It's a brilliant atmosphere right now. I absolutely love it. And hopefully all of that will lead Arsenal to fully redeem themselves for how poor the end to last season was, for failing to reach our objective in getting that 4th spot, which we should have given the position that we were in. Hopefully this season we fully redeem ourselves, and the fans have got a massive part to play in that. Number 3, this one's about our manager, Mikel Arteta. He had his 100th Premier League game yesterday against Fulham, got the win, thankfully, to make it 53 wins in those 100 Premier League games. Now, in his first 50 and his second 50 out of that 100, there's a different story to be told. In the first 50, he got 75 points and 21 wins. In the second 50, 100 points and 32 wins. That improvement has come as a result of him sort of getting through those tough times and the board giving him that faith. But what we need to see, if we really want to achieve something this season, the third 50, he needs to step up once again. So tell me, from 75 points in the first 50 to 100 points in the second 50, what can we hope to expect from Mikel Arteta in terms of a points return in his third 50? And also, whatever he does in this next 50 games is going to have a massive bearing on what Arsenal do this season. It's crucially important that he goes from strength to strength, proves himself yet again and takes us on to another level. And I feel like with this team becoming more a team in his image, all of them sort of being his signings almost, hopefully he can go on and push on to a new level. Number 4, one thing I'm very, very happy to have back this week is the celebration police. I love it when we get criticised for over celebrating because it means we've won. Listen, I think one thing that Arsenal fans need to be aware of and need to be a bit wiser to is that there's a reason why we seem to get this more often than other teams. And that's because Arsenal are massive. Let's face it, Arsenal are massive. I've travelled the world supporting Arsenal, and I know that it always surprises me when I go to a different city, the sheer number of Arsenal fans. Doesn't matter who Arsenal play, in what part of the world, the people that turn out, it always seems to be more Arsenal than the other team. We're huge, and as a result of that, we've got a massive online presence. So, broadcasters who pay a lot of money for these TV rights know if you want to get value for money, you need to get a lot of engagement. You need people watching your content, talking about your analysis, your punditry, all of your broadcast. And the best way to do that when it comes to Arsenal fans is say something controversial. Get Arsenal fans defending the Arsenal. This time it was Keys and Gray. And they've done a fantastic job. They've played the game really well. Loads of Arsenal fans retweeting that, quote tweeting it, replying to it, going on about it, not happy with their criticism. Let me tell you something. They don't believe for a second the drivel that is coming out of their mouths. They're playing the game. They're using Arsenal, they're using the fan base to get loads and loads of engagement on the stuff that's going out on social media. So forget about that. Don't fall into the trap. And as far as I'm concerned, even if people genuinely do think we're over-celebrating, a celebration for one person is different to a celebration for another. All it shows you is a reflection of how much it means. I love to see the players celebrating the way they do because it's clear to me that it means a lot. I spoke about redemption earlier on in this video, and the players, I'm getting the sense that they are desperate to redeem themselves. And that's what we're going to see, that outpouring of relief and happiness in these celebrations. I want to see it more and more this season. Number 5, this is where we get tested. Starting from Villa, we've got 6 games in 19 days. It's not going to be easy. We've seen Partey and Zinchenko unable to play against Fulham, and this squad is going to get even more tested now. I hope that we add in the final few days of the transfer window, but 6 games in 19 days, basically a game every 3 days, is not going to be easy. And when you look at that, there's 4 Premier League games in that time, and we're playing Villa away, Man United away, Everton at home, Bournemouth away. So 3 away games out of 4 in the Premier League, and then the Europa League, 1 home game, 1 away game. Away at Zurich, home against PSV. Now, we have to make sure that we sort of protect our squad and hope for the best here, because this is going to be challenging. And I think this is potentially where we might come unstuck. It's great that we've done 4 in 4, but I don't think we can expect Arsenal to go and carry on winning every single game, because I think we know that the drop-off from our first 11 and then the reserve players, there's maybe not that quality throughout the whole squad. Especially playing in Europe on a Thursday and Premier League games on a Sunday is going to be difficult. So let me know, just on those Premier League games where we've got Villa, United both away, Everton at home, Brentford away, out of those 12 points available in the run-up to the international break, how many points would you be happy with, given that 3 out of 4 are away? I have to be honest, if we get 9 points, I'll take that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That's the 5 at 5 done. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed and you're watching this video, please do hit subscribe. I'm about 50 subscribers away from reaching 34,000, and I need all of you to help me out on the journey to 50k. Thank you again. Up the Arsenal, and I can't wait for yet another win, hopefully against Villa.